Previously on Moment of Balance.
I think I have an idea of how to get to Varrick. I need to get an audience with Asami Sato.
Whether he likes it or not, Miss Sato, he relies on you. Varrick Industries is not a transportation company.
He relies on the workers.
Instead of people filing into the factory for their normal shift, people begin to line up in front of the factory with picket signs. Thank you for making this meeting.
President Julie, of course, thank you for carving out time.
How much did he tell you about what happened at the dock?
This is a uniform taken off of one of the three men that I arrested. Julie looks up from her furs. His boat explodes. Julie, do the thing! Why aren't the cops doing anything about this? Varrick, I want a divorce.
Bad day for you, it would seem.
What does break the strike even mean to you? Let's set the stage. As we left off last time, Varrick and a horde of his cops are on one side of a barricade for protests. You three are on the other side.
Still with our cups of tea in our hands.
Yes. On the sidelines, there are three other groups. We have Bame and the Pistols, we have Midori and the Equalists, we have Soma and one other airbender. Varrick is on the other side of this barricade. He is seething, and he has just told his cops to do the thing. Gonna set some ground rules for this combat. So you three, you're all gonna be fighting Varrick and a handful of his cops. The rest of the cops are going to be off fighting the other three groups. Sabi, if you roll poorly, Bame and the Pistols suffer.
Define poorly.
A 6 or below.
Okay.
Hanako, if you roll poorly, Midori and the Equalists will suffer. Chong, if you roll poorly, Soma will suffer.
Not just Soma, not even the other dude?
Oh, the other one will suffer too. You just don't know, you don't care as much about him.
Hell yeah.
I'm just gonna assume if the other guy's doing bad, it's his fault, but if Soma's doing bad, oh no.
You three have 7 rounds of combat to defeat Varrick. Good luck.
Holy shit, okay.
Oh no.
You don't have to defeat him, but something's gonna change after 7 rounds.
Okay, yeah.
He's a bit of a crazy man. We all know that he's kind of crazy. But you've never seen him this crazy before. He just told his cops to do the thing. They've split off, and there's a handful of them targeting you guys. What are you going to do?
Sabi is going to toss her tea on the ground and draw her guns and say, and I must emphasize that this is in character, let's fucking do this.
I think Hanako's thing is going to be, I think she just sees a bunch of people approaching and is going to focus on trying to protect two of you as much as possible. So I'll go for defend and maneuver.
Weirdly, I think if he sees Varrick coming, his first thought's going to be to defend and maneuver.
So I will be having Varrick do defend and maneuver, and the cops do advance and attack.
Okay, so I think Chong crunches his cup, and he looks at you guys, and he goes, so, I don't know what's made him crazy, but it looks like we're gonna need to fight him. I'm thinking we should establish a position. I'll, get a pose and, that's good for airbending. Hanako, remind me, maybe you could, join me and we can make, a joint front
Hanako
against
is
him?
already drawing fire out of her censer. She still has her tea in one hand. She's taking a sip as she's doing it.
I love this.
Chong gives you 2 thumbs up. He's like, fantastic. I won't lie, guys. I am very excited to give this guy some bruises.
So I think me and Chong go ahead and roll together, right?
I'm going to change Varrick's approach to advance and attack. So both of them are advancing and attacking. So this changes nothing.
Makes perfect sense.
Ooh, I have a 9 then.
I got a 13.
So I think while you and Chong and Hanako to get a position, Chong I think is going to want to do like airstrike, and Chong's going to look at you as you're pulling out your thing, and he says, "Hey, I'll knock him on his ass, and you shoot him." Yes. So what it does, I cast an arc of pressurized air to knock away incoming attacks and throw enemies off balance. Any enemy attacks me, I can mark a fatigue to cast the arc and block or divert the strike. If no enemy has attacked, by the end of the exchange, I can cast arc to inflict 2 fatigue on up to 3 enemies.
I like this. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm thinking is like, as you and Chong are like preparing his situation, he's preparing kind of like this arc of air. It's kind of be like a wall of air, like a thin strip of air. Well, not thin, but good strip of air that's just kind of like released from him like an arc.
Cool. All right. So on my 10 plus, I'm going to go ahead and mark a fatigue to use a learned move, which makes it practiced, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I'm going to use Wall of Perfection.
Fuck yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, so I almost like the idea that we are like working in harmony on this to create like a wall of air and fire together.
The roomies are working together.
So Sabi starts moving out on this, right? Sabi's evading and
like
observing.
out of the way.
She's
Okay.
hanging back a little bit.
Then yeah, maybe Sabi is just gonna stick behind us a little bit, and then we both take a step forward and we create this like impenetrable wall for Varrick and the cops to try to approach.
Yeah, I like that. And it's just, like, slowly like getting closer and closer to them.
All right. So both of the enemies are doing advance and attack. The cops are going to do focused fire. Group pours all of its attacks simultaneously in synchronized fashion against the same target. This target will be Sabi.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
So Hanako, you block this with your swipe.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, I will happily mark a fatigue to block that because it sounds particularly nasty.
Okay. Blowing air and fire in different directions will, at the very least, scatter the bullets enough so they won't do any harm. But I'm also going to say this probably won't be able to evade Varrick's attack.
Understood.
No, Varrick is attacking the sensor. While you guys are busy
Yeah, he sure
blocking
is.
this wall of bullets from hitting Sabi, Varrick takes his own president's friend, and Hanako, your sensor is no more.
Yeah, no, they're all the advance and attack stuff done, so Chrissy can hurt them somehow,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
But yeah, if they're not attacking me, it can inflict 2 fatigue
Which
on up to
means
3
you
enemies.
can attack both Varrick and the cops.
Okay,
Exactly.
cool. Well,
Can I attack the 2 cops?
Because
and
the cops are a group of NPCs. They're
They
considered
count
one
as
enemy.
a single enemy.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. So
You're
you
just like,
inflict 2 fatigue on Varrick
bam.
and the group of cops. I love this, that, like, the wall suddenly, like, bursts and a bunch of heated air just bursts out at Varrick and the cops.
All right, it's my turn, right?
yeah.
Oh, that went great. 5.
Sabi, what you do observe is one of the cops has discovered Fawn on the roof with her rifle. And, well, let's just say they got her. So one of the piercing pistols is down one. Have her trapped in metal binding. She's not dead. But, yeah.
Oof.
All right, so now we're in the interim section after a combat exchange.
Hanako sees the sensor has been shot off of her hip. It's just on the ground. And she looks back and goes, "Ugh, why, you little." And then she just smirks and takes a bending stance again.
Chong looks at Hanako and goes like, is that gonna be okay? Or do I need to get you a weapon or fire or something?
Oh no, this will be perfectly fine. And I think she begins moving, and you see her create fire for the very first time.
A big grin goes on Chong's face, and he goes, "Ah, hell yeah, dude!"
Does Varrick have any reaction to this?
Varrick, you can see his eye twitch a little bit.
Uh-huh, yeah.
Sabi like pulls back the hammer on one of the guns and points it at Varrick. You don't know when to give up, do you? You lost everything and you're still here trying to fuck with us. What is your problem?
You really think you can take everything from me? You?
I already took everything from you. The only thing that seems to be important, your fucking money, all of your control. What do you even care about? I'm gonna roll for that.
So this is...
Takes one to know one. Oh yeah, I rolled a 9 plus 3, so that's 12.
Dope.
I've asked him what's his principle, and if he lies or stonewalls, he has to mark 2 fatigue.
So you're asking what his...
I'm asking what his principle is. I'm not gonna literally say what's your principle. That's
Yeah.
so fucking gamified.
Seriously.
What do you believe in? That sounds better.
I believe that I'm the smartest man in the world and I deserve to control the city. And I did up until 2 hours ago.
Yeah, well, you're gonna have to get used to not being in control anymore.
I've been torn down before. I can always come back up.
Seems like maybe you aren't as smart as you thought you were.
I'd say
I
we're
think,
starting a new combat exchange.
Hanako's moving forward.
All right.
Hanako's on that advance and attack.
Chong is looking at the cops, and he's looking at what they're doing. I think he's going to defend and maneuver again.
Varrick is going to defend and maneuver. The cops are going to evade and observe.
Well, I got 12.
Fuck yeah.
10 plus 1's an 11, baby!
Sabi puts her gun up in the air, and you see her kind of like moving her. She holsters her left gun. And you see her kind of like moving her left hand, like sort of flexing it a little bit. This is going to count as pinpoint aim because I'm not doing it with a weapon. All right, so that's become prepared. You just see Sabi like crouching down and getting ready, and she's now only holding one gun.
So I think what Chong is going to do, Chong is going to use retaliate and air swipe again. So what Chong's going to do is you can see Chong go into a very classic airbender stance, you could see like his muscles tense, you could see himself like really focus in and prepare himself for this fight. And then I think you also see his hands, air starting to collect in them again, and he prepares an air swipe. Maybe, I wonder if retaliate, Chong actually, instead of, like, while also stealing himself and launching this air swipe, he actually creates, like, maybe this is a new move you've seen from him, he actually also creates, like, a thin air shield around him. Like, in preparation for bullets and stuff. So that way, if a bullet, let's say Chong misses or something, maybe then, like, for the foe to get the one fatigue, the bullets bounce off the shield and go back, or maybe get ricocheted around the shield. Maybe it's like a swirling shield around him, and then if he gets shot, the bullet gets into like the air current and then like boomerangs back.
This is very funny because I was just listening to episode 2 that Dami edited, and Chong was trying to claim that he had airbent bullets, and then was like, oh, maybe they weren't bullets, maybe they were pebbles.
Yeah.
I feel like if you're prepared and you've created the situation, you could deflect a bullet, but not if you're unprepared.
Yeah.
The strength of guns is that you can get the drop on benders, not that
Yes.
benders can't do anything
Exactly.
when you pull a gun, right?
Varrick sees that you guys are getting ready, and he didn't like the way that puff of strong, fiery air hit him last time. He looks at the cops, he screams, "Do the thing!" And the cops unleash focus fire on you. A wall of bullets is going to come towards you specifically, Chong.
So
Yeah.
Nice.
here's the beautiful thing about retaliate, Anna. So can retaliate come into effect first and then air swipe having?
Yeah, I think so.
So, Anna, each time a foe inflicts fatigue, condition, or shifts my balance in this exchange, I inflict 1 fatigue on that foe.
Okay, well, this is going to inflict 2 fatigue and a condition.
So that's 2 fatigue, I think?
I'll accept that in exchange for Mark giving them 2 fatigue with air swipe.
So they take a total of 3 fatigue.
Oh boy. Well, these cops are they're looking a little worse for wear.
I'll mark that in my my chart now that my boy Chong is hurt. So I think what happens is
what
that
condition does Chong mark actually? Because that matters.
Yes.
I think
Chong.
Chong chooses, don't they? Or do you choose?
Chong, I want you to inflict, or I want to inflict afraid on you. Because you've gotten into some combat, but you have not yet had a rain of bullets upon you. And it's kind of freaking you out. Like, you're dealing some damage to these cops, but this is kind of freaking you out.
I like this idea that Chong's created like this air shield around him, and as the bullets hit him, like they go into the current like he thought they would. 'Cause I think this is kind of a new, like kind of a guerrilla warfare bending Chong does on occasion. So I think it goes through like this kind of makeshift shield, but I think because Chong gets 2 fatigue, I think maybe he doesn't do it quite right.
Some of those bullets are getting ricocheted inside of the shield accidentally. So yeah, couple of bullets smack against your arms, and that hurts. Your arms are in pain.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I think that kind of freaks Chong out, and Chong, I think, after the bullets like have taken a break, is able to launch airstrike and hurt these cops. I think after he's launched that airstrike, I think he's shield drops and he's kind of like breathing heavily, like he and his eyes are kind of bugged out. He's a little freaked out. He's trying to keep his cool, but he's afraid.
What else is Varrick doing?
Yeah, because he's pretty off balance, which means he gets to use a fuck ton of defend and maneuver techniques. He gets an extra action for each stage up his principle that he has marked.
Oh, well, he's at +3 out of 4, so I guess he gets 2 more things.
He gets 3 more.
Oh boy, ha 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 ha. Well,
he honestly didn't need the help. Like he
really didn't.
No.
Need the cops.
Yeah.
Okay, well, he's just gonna do all of the basic techniques. Varrick is going to seize a position by jumping behind his car.
Oh. Okay.
He's gonna jump behind the car, stick his head up, and yeah. This is not just establishing an advantageous position where it's hard for you to hit him with your gun, Sabi, but also this is stealing for the blows. He's got this car as a shield. So that's seize a position and retaliate.
Seize a position says any foe engaged with you can mark 1 fatigue to block this technique. Do any of us want to do that?
Yeah, actually, Sabi, as he's running towards the car, Sabi takes the gun in her right hand and shoots near his feet.
Oh, he's gonna jump up in the fucking air and scream like a little girl.
Yeah.
I forgot we can block that one.
Yeah, he still has the benefits from retaliate, though.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, well then we're just gonna have him scream, do the thing one more time, and this time it's at Sabi again.
Okay.
So he screams, do the thing! And the cops, they're not doing too hot, but they're gonna rain fire on Sabi.
Fire. So how much fatigue do they have?
None left. They are marking conditions right now.
Okay, so they do focus fire. Do I have to take 2 fatigue in a condition?
2 fatigue in a condition.
All right. By the way, they take a fatigue.
Yep.
Sabi turns and fires back at them.
The cops are down.
Yeah. So do they just like scatter them?
So Sabi, you fired at these cops and you have hit. So they're not just like worn out from being hit by air and fire. You've shot like 3 of them in the leg.
Yep.
You're feeling a little guilty. Because you're seeing that these guys, they're down from just being shot in the leg, and you're remembering that you shot a man in the head in a very similar situation.
Yeah. You know what? I was prepared. I'm going to burn that to not take the guilty condition.
Okay, cool.
Ooh, good idea. I like that.
Ooh, yes.
All right, cool.
The other cops, they look at each other and they're like, we can't just blindly follow this dude to our deaths. They look at Varrick and they're like, fuck this dude. Fuck this dude. We're out of here. And they start dragging their comrades out. And Varrick is looking around. He's like, this is why I hired you, Sabi. Because I can't trust the cops.
Hanako's going to say, this is why you can't just trust people purely based on how much money you give them. And can I roll to advance an attack now?
Yes.
Oh. So I got a 6, but. I would like to argue that I should be able to mark a fatigue to roll with my unity in this moment, based on the thing I just said.
Sure, do it.
Yeah. So that's going to bring me up to a 7.
Okay.
I'm gonna pressure, impress or intimidate a foe. So, Varrick's done his jump in the air, isn't in the position he thought he'd be, and is very prepared to strike back. And I'm not actually gonna target him, I'm just gonna get in his face and bend a bunch of fire on either side of him, right? And I'm going to choose defend and maneuver. He cannot, the fire kind of, because Hanako's whole thing is about, I've learned to create fire through it spreading. It, seeps around behind him, and there's, a wall of fire set up between him and the car. He cannot defend and maneuver next turn. He can't keep trying to set himself up. He's gotta get in it.
Okay.
It doesn't do any fatigue, it's just he cannot defend and maneuver next exchange.
Varrick is looking a little bit panicked. He's like, he's like, yeah, terrified from all this fire around him. He's like, holy fucking spirits, why didn't you show me you could do this earlier? He's got a little bit of that spark in his eye when he gets an idea. He's thinking, why didn't I think to ally myself with you sooner? This is brilliant. And he steps in the fire and he shrieks a little bit because it hurts.
What do you think you are talking about?
You're a super weapon of the likes of which no one's ever seen.
Varrick. Frankly, I'm quite the mediocre firebender, first of all. And second of all, it's far too late for any of this.
You know, you can still just turn yourself in, Varrick. You've got nothing left to fight for here.
I never have nothing left to fight for. I have my money.
I feel like your money is gonna be gone by the end of today.
There's nothing I can't buy my way out of.
Sabi just rolls her eyes at this.
I don't think anyone's noticed this. I think there's a slight tremor to Chong's shoulders, but he's keeping his stance. He's looking ready to fight, he's very focused, but you can tell he's a little... I don't know if you guys noticed, you might be too busy talking to Varrick. That'd actually be interesting. I don't think anyone's noticed that Chong's kind of scared.
Hanako is happy to be taking the attention off of you and Sabi right now, and she's in Varrick's face, so she doesn't know what you two are up to.
Plus, not only that, you're firebending, and you're firebending successfully.
Yeah. This feels pretty good.
It has to be a confidence booster.
I'm gonna do advance on attack for the next one. But I'm gonna roll with focus because I did the pinpoint aim the last time.
Hanako, knowing that she is knowing that she has made a target of herself in this last exchange, is going to be defending and maneuvering, I think.
I think Chong is going to evade and observe this time. I think he's a little shaken up, and I think he's going to take a step back.
Varrick is evading and observing.
Okay.
Oh, wait, yeah. Okay, I've got a +1 this time. That's another 7, thank God. You know what? I'm gonna seize a position. Now that I've, gotten into Varrick's face and everything, and I've gotten his attention, Hanako's going to, just take a step back and, provide a nice opening for Sabi to swing in with. I don't know if you want to, set that up as a status or something, but,
Yeah, that does sound like prepared. Maybe favored.
Yeah.
Interesting.
By circumstance, choose an additional basic or mastered technique in the next exchange, even on a miss.
Yeah. Sabi can
Awesome.
have favor.
Oh, Varrick. That's a 9. Sabi is wearing a bunch of extra ammo on her person in the form of loose bullets that she loads into her revolver. You see her sort of curl her fingers and bend a bunch of the bullets out and just sort of flick them at Varrick like a shotgun, aimed sort of generally at his legs. I'm doing this as a strike. I did pinpoint aim, so I want him to take a condition.
Okay. What condition do you want to inflict?
I think that makes him afraid. He did not know Sabi could bend until now.
Okay. Varrick sees this and is just staring at Sabi's hands and like he's kicking himself for not using you more as a weapon. He's like, you can tell. He doesn't say anything, but you can tell he would have made you kill so many more people if he knew you could do that.
Also, okay, so I'm going to get rid of I get rid of the favored status, right? When I use it? Okay, so that goes away. I'm going to use question. Varrick's car, what's it made of? What does it look like it's made of?
What are cars usually made of?
Aluminum.
It's made of aluminum.
It's not made of platinum.
It is not
It's
made
not
of
some bullshit metal that I can't
He
bend.
does not have a platinum car. No, he uses all of his platinum to manufacture guns.
Sabi is going to concentrate on the door and rip it off and slam it into Varrick. And I would argue pinning him to the ground and inflicting either stunned or trapped.
Is this smash?
This is smash.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to see he gets trapped.
Okay.
Trapped is a pretty hefty condition to throw
It
around,
is.
but
Oh.
it does feel correct.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Chong can't clear his thing unless he runs away. And that's not happening. So I think because Chong recovers a little bit from his fatigue, I think Chong is going to look to cheer one of you guys on. But here's the thing. At first I was thinking Chong's going to cheer one of you guys on this round. And then he sees how awesome you're doing and doesn't need to do that. So I think I'd like to roll to do the opposite of that. And instead of bolster, I'd like to impede. And I would like to impede Varrick. And that is an 8 with a +1. That is a 9.
I was gonna say, because trapped is one of those conditions that shouldn't be inflicted lightly, what if Sabi slams the car door into Varrick and it, knocks him back, and that does inflict the stunned condition, but then Chong airbends the car door, further down on him and, smashes him down to the ground, and that inflicts trapped.
Now he's trapped.
and stunned.
Trapped
Yeah,
and
Which
stunned.
means he don't get to do shit next.
Okay. So he's not going to evade and observe
He's
then.
not gonna do jack shit.
So yeah, Varrick, instead of doing the many evade and observes he was planning on doing, Varrick is instead going to honestly kind of really hurt himself ripping this car door off, and now he's angry.
Oh, he marked another condition. Did he
Oh,
mark
he wasn't
fatigue
angry
in a
before?
condition?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I think Chong looks at you guys and goes, "Hey, I think he's kind of mad now. I like it. I think we should make him angrier."
Whatever spark was in his eyes before when he saw you guys fight, whatever spark he was having to when he thought he could maybe continue to convince you guys to be his weapons, that's all gone.
I don't think Hanako has much to say. I think she's taken her step back. She's quietly watching.
You can still give up, Varrick. No one's stopping you.
Rips the car door off and throws it to the side. I will never give up.
Why? Why won't you give up? I'm beginning to understand why your wife left you, Varrick.
Oh, that's pissing him off. You keep my wife's name out of your mouth.
How about a doctor, bro? We could end this now and get you some medical help. You have to at least broken a rib.
Are there still cops around that aren't engaged?
The cops are currently fighting the other 3 groups.
There are none that are just like standing by.
No.
Okay, never mind.
They're all engaged in different combat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How's your group
How are
looking?
our allies doing, out of curiosity?
So,
Sabi's going to look around and see that, since we've got
Yeah, Chong's going to specifically look for Soma and what's his name and make sure they're both okay.
they seem to be okay. Soma and the other guy seem to be holding their own, and the cops fighting them seem to be a little hesitant to fight airbenders. So they're holding back a little bit. Soma and the other guy, they're doing fine. Bame and Kiratori and Iru, they're, a little bit shaken that Fawn was taken into custody, but they're holding their own. They're shooting around a building corner at each other. It's a gunfight going on, but they seem to be in a pretty strong stalemate. And Midori and the Equalists seem to be holding their own as well. The cops fighting them are honestly just shocked that they are even there. So they're a little taken aback by that. So everybody's holding their own pretty well.
Sabi's going to reload the one or two bullets that she fired at the cops that time before. I'm going to defend and maneuver.
Hanako's on that evade and observe grind now.
I think Chong is a little emboldened now. I think he'll do another defend and maneuver. He saw how well, like he's feeling pretty confident in the team, despite being still kind of scared.
Hell yeah, I got a 9 plus 3. That's a 12, baby.
9 plus 1 is a 10.
This time Sabi is just holstering her other gun and just like taking a bending stance. The cat is fully out the bag now. She like pulls up a sort of a low wall of earth around her in preparation for if someone tries to attack her.
All right, Chong is going to see what you're doing, and he's going to seize a position, and he's going to air swipe again. Maybe what Chong does in this is maintain and advance his position. So I like to think that Chong gets a strike of confidence after this, or maybe a mix of confidence and maybe a bit of anger at he could see Varrick's hurt. He could see his cops are hurt and he's not doing anything about it despite constant pleas of ending this. So he's like, okay, I'm going to, inflict a bit more harm on him, see if that might change his mind a bit. So I think what Chong does is he blows some air beneath him and does like a giant jump in the air. So he's up in the air now, so he's above the car and whatnot, and has like a direct angle on Varrick, kind of like a triangle, and then I think from up there he launches his air swipe. It dead on hit Varrick. So I guess what I'm using seize the position to gain an advantageous position, in this case, so high up in the air that Varrick can't hit me even if he tried.
7, 8, 9. I will go ahead and commit. Recenter yourself amidst the fray. Shift your balance toward one of your principles. The next time you live up to that principle, do not mark fatigue. I think Hanako takes a step back, seeing that the two of you have swooped in to take advantage of the opening that she left, and is just going to sit. Think about how this is going to be just the most thorough rejection of everything that her mother stands for. And is going to shift towards unity.
Awesome.
Oh,
and the next time that I live up to that principle, I do not mark fatigue.
Yeah.
So I have a +2 on unity now, and the next time I would mark to roll with it, I don't need to.
That is very cool.
Yeah.
Spicy.
Right. Now it's time for Varrick to do his 10 billion fucking moves.
Well...
Best balance would be a very wild thing for Varrick to start using.
Yeah.
I hate to give you good ideas, but I think that you could.
I think that's great. Sabi has been very careful not to let Varrick know what she really thinks about him.
Meanwhile, all of my shit has been so publicly facing towards Varrick that I think he gets it.
Yeah. Hanako, remind me, what are your principles? Unity and what else?
Heritage. I'm way up towards unity right now, though.
How close?
+2.
So, Varrick is going to take a look at you, Hanako, and look at your fire that you've been able to create for the first time and say, I'm surprised you're even using that fire, seeing as you've become such a woman of the world lately. Weren't you all up in arms about how wonderful my guns would be for your nation? I think. And then he grabs a gun from a pile of fucking president's friends that he's been keeping in his car. And he tosses it to you and says, let's make this a fair fight. No fire. Seeing as you've clearly renounced the Fire Nation.
Oh, fuck.
You don't know how to shoot a gun. I guess you're gonna try though.
Yeah, I think I am, because there's not, like, I think Hanako's had a little bit of fire in her hands and just kind of, like, spreading around her, right? And I think that Hanako slowly lowers her hands and lets it die down and kneels down to pick up the gun. And I will shift up towards Unity.
Shift that balance.
I'm at +3.
Varrick is also going to use pinpoint flaws. He's going to look around, peek up from his car, and see, well, Sabi, your friends are no longer protecting you. You're pretty close to that barricade. The barricade that is blocking everybody. All of his cops are gone.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There are other cops around, and he still controls all of them. So, in pinpoint flaws, it's take a moment to observe weak points in your environment, name a status you wish to inflict on a phone next exchange. The GM will tell you it's a da-da-da-da-da. Next exchange you may use smash for free no matter what approach you use.
Interesting.
Next exchange, since Sabi is quite close to that barricade, Varrick will be getting one of the metal benders, one of the metal bended cops from one of the other fighting groups to trap you.
Okay.
And he still has 2 more things to use, I believe.
Yeah, he does. Up to 2 more.
I'm going to use another one of Varrick's techniques called jury rig, create a new device on the fly. Varrick has all these fucking guns in his car.
Mm-hmm.
Like, a ridiculous amount of fucking guns. And he also has a random torn off door from his car. You guys are very confused as to what he's doing. It seems like he's tearing apart this door that you trapped him under and, like, weaving the strips together to put 3 guns in one hand in a way that he can shoot all 3 guns at the same time.
Okay.
Oh my god.
And he's gonna use smash.
Smash on what?
Chong, you're floating up in the air.
Oh no.
Varrick can't exactly hurt you, but he knows his factories. He knows what in his factories aren't the best built. He's gonna use his triple gun to shoot the factory behind you. It's gonna bring down a bunch of just, like, debris that's gonna catch you off guard, and you're gonna fall back to the ground.
So I think what happens is that Chong, he's on his cushion of air. He's feeling pretty good about his air swipe. Varrick does the triple shot, and parts of his factory start to fall down. Chong sees this. Maybe they're over him. Maybe while he's dodging the stuff, since he's already scared, gets a little too much, and he loses control of his cushion. And Chong, like, falls pretty high up. And he lands on his feet. He's okay, but you could tell that it hurt landing. That's why he's a bit impaired. He's like, and maybe with the debris, there's, bad air, there's, like, piles of dust and whatnot. He's coughing. So I think Chong, so Chong's impaired. Like, there's a lot of dust and whatnot from falling, and he's a little shaken up from the fall, so he's coughing and
I think Hanako starts approaching Varrick with the gun in her hand and just says, all right, fair fight. And then she raises the gun and cocks it. Get a fresh one. Implying, put down the fucking monster gun that you just built.
I want you to roll to intimidate.
Okay. That's an 8.
Ooh.
Varrick grins at you and says, I like the cut of your jib. How about this? And then he reaches into his car and grabs more guns and more aluminum strips and builds you
Fucking
one.
shit.
Oh my
And hands it to you and says, "Enjoy the new top-of-the-line Varrick Industries Emperor's
Good.
Friend."
Good fucking god.
Sabi is walking up as this is happening, drawing her gun in the right hand that she had previously holstered. Walks up and points it right at Varrick's face. I never killed that guy you asked me to, but I am strongly considering killing you if you don't cut this shit out.
You what?
I never killed the guy you wanted me to.
The whistleblower's still alive?
Yeah, and you're never gonna find him.
Okay, then yeah, roll to intimidate.
4 plus 2, so 6. He doesn't really. Nah.
You see out the corner of your eye, Varrick is, seething.
Yeah.
You see at the corner of your eye one of the other fights going on.
Wait, Hanako could roll to help with that intimidate roll, right?
I would have to mark a fatigue to help instead of rolling.
It's +1. That would be a success.
Fuck it. Take it.
All right. All right. Pick one.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we're both pointing a gun at him at this point.
Okay.
Here's how I help out specifically. I swipe the Emperor's Friend out of his hand and point that and the single gun in my offhand at him.
Oh my god.
In the meantime, Chong's still just like coughing up a storm in the debris clouds. He's just like, what's happening? As an impaired dude, like.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna mark frustrated.
Okay.
He's really
Uh-huh.
fucking frustrated right now.
Yeah.
And he's basically gonna try and use his gun to try and swat you guys' guns away and back off. This is the tries to attack but off balance, and he marks a condition.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
he's not successfully attacking you.
Yeah.
He's not marking anything. I'm gonna say, Hanako, your monster gun gets knocked out of your hand, but you still have the other gun.
I was gonna ask if both of my guns could be gone so that I could have an excuse to start bending again, but like, if I still have the gun, I still have the gun.
Sabi looks at Hanako and sees how uncomfortable she is holding the gun, and like reaches out and grabs the butt of the gun in her hand. Maybe I'll teach you how to use this later. And takes the gun gently and grabs it and is now holding it in her offhand. Oh wait, that was the president's friend, wasn't it?
That was a president's friend.
Cool.
All of these are president's friends.
Cool.
Hanako, still uncomfortable, takes a bending stance again, but she's, still put off by the whole situation.
Sabi very quickly, holsters the gun that was in her right hand and just tosses the president's friend into her right hand now.
I think this is the first time that Hanako very explicitly, at the start of an exchange, settles into a waterbending stance. I don't know if that's a thing that Varrick will notice at this point.
I think he would. Well, I mean, he did grow up in the Water Tribe.
Yeah, I think he recognizes this very specifically as a waterbending stance that Hanako takes.
His eyes go wide, and you can't tell exactly what he's thinking, but he's thinking, my fucking god. She firebended on her own? Who's telling what she can do next?
Varrick thinks that I'm the Avatar, maybe.
Yeah.
Moment of Balance will return after these messages.
Pro Bending fans, boy, do we have an exciting lineup for you tonight. The big news on the marquee is the return of the Future Industries 5 Ferrets, now starring a whole new roster hand-picked by the former lineup to carry on their legacy. They'll be facing off against the Varrick Arms Hawkcats, the latest attempt to get a Varrick sponsor team off the... I'm sorry, friends. I've just been interrupted by some breaking news. According to my sources from around the city, it seems there's some kind of massive citywide strike being called. It's unclear right now who's behind this strike or who might be impacted, but I'm hearing that Republic City Police are being dispatched to help keep order. We'll keep you up to date as the news breaks, so I'd recommend staying inside and keeping your radio tuned right here for all the latest breaking news.
Welcome to a world of adventure, where Pokemon run the show. Omens of Ruin tells a story in the universe of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon filled with fun characters.
I have a friend who's stuck and can't get over the tree trunk. Would you be able to help us?
Is your friend made of honey?
Mal, are you made of honey?
Scary monsters.
Leave us alone! Ah.
And many mysteries to get to the bottom of. They might be your new, guildmates. They might not. Who knows?
Do you know?
Do it. Well, I gotta go.
Hey.
Oh, man.
And, of course, the dice. You better hope I don't crit.
I am praying.
I crit.
God!
I'm sorry.
Check out this Explorers of Fate adventure in Omens of Ruin, wherever you find your podcasts.
Welcome to the Jasmine Dragon. How can I help you?
I'll have... Oh, is that a new menu?
Yes, it is. We just got a new tea supplier, Many Worlds Tavern. Want to take a look?
Yes, certainly. You offer all of this now?
Not all of it. We've got a few flavors in the shop, but they're an online tea and coffee company, so you can have tea sent straight to your house.
I'm going to pretend I know what you mean by online. Or what's this here, about a monthly subscription?
They've got a couple of monthly subscription packages. The Treasured Realm Single Origin Coffee Blend and the Fabled Foliage Tea Selection. Each one comes with a bunch of fun accessories, like stickers, collectible cards, and a set of dice. It's tea for the tabletop.
Dice? I am partial to Pai Sho myself, but I don't think I know any dice games.
I think there's a version of Street Pai Sho that uses dice.
I'll consider it.
They sell all kinds of gaming accessories too. Dice trays, playmats, the works. Also, a portion of every bag of tea or coffee purchased is donated to gaming-related nonprofits.
Tempting. I don't know if I'm in the market for a whole bag right now, but let me try a cup of the monthly special.
The Palmbrosia, a Robos with spices, apple, and coconut. Perfect to get you going in the morning.
Coming right up. And if you change your mind, you can use our affiliate link in the description below and use coupon code BardRockCafe for a discount. Here you are. Thanks for stopping by the Jasmine Dragon.
Anytime. Ooh, that's good.
And now, back to Moment of Balance.
Combat exchange.
All right,
combat exchange.
Combat exchange number 5.
I'm gonna advance an attack.
Yeah, I'm also gonna advance an attack.
So I've been reading the impaired status, and according to the book, it seems to be the easiest one to...
What was the thing that caused you to be impaired? Getting knocked out of the air?
The debris around me created a lot of, dust and particles in the air. Like, it's making me cough. I can't see anything. It's like I'm currently just in there, coughing and scratching my eyes, trying to get the dust out. At least that's... that, for me, is what's causing the impairment. Do you agree with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I'm going to take a fatigue to seize a position and get on out of there and lose the impaired condition.
So you're defending and maneuvering then?
I rolled a 4.
Oh,
no.
Chong.
You know, you could just take the -2 anyway, because nothing you do is going to make that better. Don't take the fatigue. And, well, let's just say you don't get out of your dust cloud, but you can see through the dust cloud that the companion that Soma was with just got hit real bad.
Oh, what's Varrick's approach?
Oh, Varrick is going to do evade and observe again.
Oh, okay.
So I think what happens is that Chong tries to get out, but he can't see so badly that he trips and he falls in the dirt. so he's coughing. He can't see, but I think you're right. Like, he sees, he's able to, as he gets back up, he's able to see a little bit. And I think he sees what's his name,
Yeah, you don't even know this guy. He joined the school after you left. You don't know this guy, but he's been hit bad.
Please tell me he's an adult and not a child.
He's a pretty young adult.
They only sometimes use child soldiers. Don't worry about it.
They only use child soldiers if they're Tenzin's own kids.
Right, exactly. Very deeply normal stuff here.
I think for Chong that hurt because he's like, this is someone who's younger than him, and they're getting hurt in a fight that's not really theirs. So yeah, I think that hits him a little bit. Yeah, but he's on the ground. He ain't feeling too hot. He's cold, alone, scared still.
I forgot that the plan that I had was for Varrick to do defend and maneuver. I forgot the thing he was going to do. So Varrick's going to do
a defend and maneuver?
Yeah.
Okay, chill.
Can I change my approach to evade and observe?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to clear fatigue.
I'm fine with that, yeah.
Okay, well, you might want to hold that because Varrick's going to call over to one of the cops fighting, let's say the cops fighting the pistols, and yells, "Hey, you! Come here! Do the thing!" And well, this metal bender is going to take that barrister, that thingy, and well, he's going to trap you with it.
All right, I'm going to sit there for a minute and, okay, sure.
He still has 4 actions.
Well, that was one of his actions. That wasn't the smash. That was a do the thing.
Does the smash count as one of his actions?
I think it does.
Yeah, it does.
And actually, he's going to use that smash. And Chong, you're still on the ground. He's going to send some bullets your way.
That's not...
Wait, smash.
Yeah, smash is destroy something in the environment.
I have a cool idea if you're going to target Chong, if you'd like me to pitch it.
Yes.
What if, because he had put Chong in this position initially by targeting a weak point in a building, what if he does it again, which gives Chong the doomed condition? Because now a bunch of rubble is about to fall on him.
And Chong can't see, and he's on the ground. Sad. It's scared.
You know what? Yeah. Thank you, Dami, for your evil idea.
Always.
Varrick is going to smash said building one more time. More rubble is coming. Chong, you are doomed. Varrick is going to retaliate. Okay. Steal himself. He's going to step forward. He's going to step in front of the car. He's going to seize a position as well. Varrick and Hanako, you are now face to face.
Oh boy. That is a fucking 10. Goddamn.
Fuck yeah.
I think I'm actually gonna opt to use one of my practice techniques instead of 2 techniques.
Fancy.
I'm gonna use Fireblade. I'm gonna mark a single fatigue. Are we still near the car?
Yeah. More or less.
Yeah, I'm gonna mark a single fatigue, and which is my last one. And it says, swipe your surroundings with a blade of fire. Mark 1 fatigue to slice through a piece of your surroundings and destabilize your foe's footing, inflicting 2 fatigue and impaired on them. I'd like to take a swipe up past Varrick and slice off a chunk from the roof of his car such that it falls on him. It's not as big of a chunk as the door, right? But it does fuck him up enough to impair him. So we're still face to face, but I've crouched down and swiped up with my foot to make that happen.
Varrick did have retaliate, so...
But did he take a fatigue from that?
He just took 2 fatigue from that.
He did.
Okay.
Yes.
So that's 1 fatigue or a condition.
Hanako, take a fatigue or a condition.
You know, could I maybe say insecure?
Oh.
Because of the way he's just put me on the back foot emotionally.
That's true. Yeah, sure. Take insecure. Let us go to Sabi.
All right.
So Sabi, you are choosing to take angry and take a fatigue.
And get rid of my prepared.
And get rid of your prepared in order to pry. I assume you were metal bent.
I've metal bent out of the thing. Oh, hell yeah. I rolled a 10. Sabi pulls the president's friend gun and cocks the hammer and takes another step toward Varrick, still pointing the gun at his head. So I'm going to use test balance on him, but I'll play it out. I'm going to use it twice, which is going to throw him off balance.
Yes.
So we'll do the whole fucking thing. Varrick, you don't have control here. You lost everything, and you still won't fucking give up. She's stepping closer and pushing the gun toward him. I'm going to assume this is the first test balance.
Varrick is still kind of reeling from being smacked by that fucking car roof. It's like, I haven't lost everything until I'm dead on the ground.
Yeah. And I might not have killed the guy that you wanted me to, your whistleblower, but I did kill your fucking guard. So don't fucking test me. She walks up and presses the gun against his head. This is the second test balance, which means he's fucking...
Yeah.
And I'm going to take guilty for that because Sabi doesn't feel fantastic about any of this.
So, Varrick has this gun pressed to his head. And then he grabs it from you and shoves it in his fucking mouth.
Like I'm still holding it?
You are still holding it. He says, fucking try me. You wouldn't fucking dare. No, you wouldn't, because I still control you. You wouldn't fucking dare.
Have we ended the combat exchange for the round?
Yeah.
I think Hanako hears the crumbling of the rocks and is like, oh shit, Chong, and runs off.
Sabi decocks the gun, takes it out of Varrick's mouth, and slams him in the side of the head with it.
Based off his fatigue track, this isn't enough to put him out, but I'm gonna say, since he just lost his balance, this is putting him out.
Yeah.
And just...
You don't control shit. And Sabi puts the gun away.
Just as this wraps itself up, you hear some sirens, and you see another police car come. And Officer Fougeot sticks his head out the side of the car and yells to his fellow cops, "Everyone stand down! We've gotten orders from City Hall to pull back from this protest." And the other cops, well, orders from City Hall. They stop fighting with the other groups. And he comes up to Varrick. Fougeot gets out of his car, comes up to Varrick, slaps some platinum handcuffs on him just in case the cops around him try to pull anything funny. And he says, "Icknick Blackstone Varrick, you are under arrest for so many reasons that I can't even name them here."
Did he have another President's Ring gun on him?
Varrick?
Yeah.
Oh, he had the triple.
Sabi's gonna just reach down and take one of the guns and just toss the Admiral's friend on the ground.
I want to say Sabi takes his Emperor's
No, absolutely fucking not.
I don't think any of us want that thing.
Sabi does not want that gun.
It looks like it will blow up at any moment.
Chong is still completely unaware of this. He's just a coughing, mess on the ground as debris is falling on top of him.
I think, Anna, you can tell me if you need me to roll for any of this, right? But I think that since Fireblade can cut through metal, I think it might be at least a little reasonable to say that, there's a big stone about to fall on Chong, and Hanako, hops in and, chops it such that it, splits on either side of him, and then, grabs him and pulls him out of the area.
Yeah, I'll give this to you.
All right, Sabi sees that Chong, she has not noticed what was happening with Chong. She's been so focused on Varrick. She sees that Chong is struggling under this thing and, runs over and starts earthbending, the rocks and shit out of the way.
You all right there?
I think, so, shockingly enough, Chong only has one fatigue.
Oh yeah, you took it. You had the fucking doom condition. Or status. That's why you were down.
Yeah.
You're actually doing okay now.
I'm no longer doomed or impaired. I'm just really scared still. You see Chong, he has some bruises, he's dirty, his eyes are red from all the dust and whatnot in them, and he's coughing. But he looks up, I think he, stands up, he dusts himself off, he's a coughing mess, but he's like, hey guys, yeah, I'm okay. Do you have some water?
Are you, though?
Maybe? I'll live. What about the others? How's Soma? What's his face?
What's his face?
The guy that came with us. The third airbender.
So the cops are pulling back. Some of them are kind of not feeling pulling back. The specifically the ones fighting the pistols feel like maybe this is wrong to not get these people into custody, but I don't know. Orders from City Hall are pretty serious, so those ones are still sort of half-heartedly shooting at them, but missing because they don't know what to do. But the ones fighting the airbenders, they've pulled back, and you can see Soma is sort of pulling this guy to the side and tending. He's got wounds. She's tending to him, but Soma is relatively untouched.
I think Chong sees this and physically relaxes a little bit, seeing that Soma is relatively okay. He feels bad about the other guy, but Soma's the main priority here. His friends and Soma, those are the people he cares about making it out. Okay. We're making some progress. What happened with Varrick? Are we still fighting?
No, he just got arrested. Oh. I may have knocked him unconscious.
I wish I saw that.
You should have seen the look on his face, frankly. It was pretty good.
We are still getting some tea after this, and I want all the deets when I was trapped. God, he sucks.
Yeah. Sabi looks pretty beaten up. She's taken some injuries and looks exhausted. Hanako, are you okay?
Hanako is looking at the ground, but she's got the body posture of someone who is still kind of wrestling with something in her mind, but the expression on her face is pretty positive. She's happy. She's feeling it reads like she's feeling good. And she says, "Getting him out of our hair feels like knocking the last bit of mother out of my life."
Oh, yeah, he was a real piece of shit. Hey, Chong.
Yo, what's up?
I told ya. I promised I wasn't gonna kill anyone.
Chong laughs a lot at that. He puts his hand up for a loose high five. You still got it.
Sabi kind of half-heartedly, she's pretty tired, sort of slaps the high five, and then sits down heavily on some of the rubble.
Hanako's glancing around at just everybody who's shown up for the fight today, and Hanako's gaze kind of rests on the Equalists, and she says, "I'm glad that they didn't get hurt, especially."
Yeah, me too. There's so many ways this thing could have gone wrong. I'm glad it didn't.
Overall, I'd say that things have been... this went better than we could have asked for, really.
Yeah.
I think I saw in the chaos one of the pistols got arrested. Is that going to be a problem?
What is going on with the pistol that got cuffed?
So Fawn was dragged away and arrested.
Okay.
So
yeah.
You might want to put in a favor, with Fougeot.
Yeah,
or something.
Sabi's gonna get up and make her way over to Fuzhou. What's he doing right now?
He is currently shoving Varrick's unconscious body in a cop car.
She walks she walks up.
Yeah, we'll follow so that Chong can get a look.
Now Chong will follow as well. Maybe like Hanako's like helping. Like Hanako, can we just get a magic like glass of water for Chong so he can stop coughing?
Oh, Hanako passes you her tea that I guess she never put down?
Yeah, true. He set it down on the ground and picked it up again.
I like this idea that Hanako put this cup on the ground. It remained completely untouched during the whole battle, and you just
Sabi walks up to the van or whatever the hell they're putting Varrick in, and kind of like looks at him and says in a low voice, "We got a saying in the Earth Kingdom. You're going to fucking jail, man."
Where in the Earth Kingdom are you from?
Ba Sing Se.
That's not a Ba Sing Se accent.
That's not an anything accent. Oh my god.
Everything okay with you?
Oh, I feel like I was the one who got a building dropped on them. Hey, I gotta ask one more favor from you. There's one of the pistols, a woman named Fawn. She was out here helping us, and she got arrested by some of the cops working for Varrick. Any chance that she could maybe, get lost and slip out of the system before she gets processed?
Actually, I should let you know about this. After the other day, I actually spoke to the president, and I might be promoted, so I might have a little extra pull around here.
Oh, God, yeah. You're too good to be a fucking cop. You should take whatever they give you.
They were quite impressed with my involvement in this case, and the Ashi case, and the case with the monsoons. Like, my God, I kind of owe you my future.
You taught me to do something I didn't think I'd ever be able to do, and I think it's already saved my life a half a dozen times. You don't owe me anything.
Well, I'll get your friend out, and then we'll call it even.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Hey, so I think I might have a new employment opportunity on the horizon. What do you think? Should I get out of this shit while I'm still alive?
Well, clearly the one that you were in without anyone knowing about, that one's over. So yeah, get out of whatever shit you can.
Oh, yeah. Did I ever get paid by Varrick at all?
He never processed your first paycheck.
Oh, God. I don't think Varrick ever actually paid me.
Well, I can add wage theft to his list of crimes.
Oh, yeah, that'd be good. And then you see Sabi's eyes light up. It's like, I told you he had me trying to kill someone for him, right?
Did you?
Yeah, he wanted me to execute a whistleblower for him. And I didn't.
Well, glad to hear that.
I don't know if you want to add that onto his charges too.
Do you have the name of the whistleblower?
Do I?
Bowen.
He's a man named Bowen. I helped him get out of the city. Look, if you need me to testify or whatever, I don't think I'm going to be going anywhere for a little bit. I feel like I need to sleep for a couple of days at this point.
Well, with his record, he certainly won't be processed in that couple of days.
Yeah, I'm just... You think it's gonna stick this time?
The trickiest part to keeping him in custody is the fact that he built the prisons and knows where all the escape hatches are, so... I'm gonna get the president to help me with this one because she built them with her own hands.
Yeah, I think maybe you should put him in a prison that he didn't help construct on this one. Just saying.
He's a slippery one. This is not his first arrest. Not his second arrest. Not his fifth arrest.
God. Man, he really is a piece of shit, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it'll actually stick this time?
We were just having that conversation. I think that's a strong maybe at this point.
So, we've got some epilogue scenes to get through. Who wants to go first?
I got the big hit Varrick in the head stuff. Someone else, not me.
I need to get the twins to come testify in court for me, so that I don't get kicked out of the city at the end of the week.
I felt like we'd already pretty well established that wasn't going to happen.
The president told me that I still needed to prove that I was uninvolved.
I think we should do that one then.
Okay.
So yeah, I think some time is going to pass.
Yeah.
So Hanako,
Mm-hmm.
you've been, over this last week, corresponding with the twins. You've been healing from your injuries and your psychological injuries and, living with Chong and everything, but you've stopped by the twins' place a couple times and you mentioned to them that you think that they can help you, and they have wholeheartedly agreed.
I think that I have ways to prove definitively that I was uninvolved, but all of the people who were there to see my mom pitch the idea and me very vocally deny it are people who were potentially involved themselves, and I don't want to get, any of the piercing pistols on the hook for this on accident, If you want Sabi to come along and testify on that front, that could be cool, but I think that the twins can at least testify that I was not anywhere near at the time, which I don't know. That feels helpful, but it doesn't feel like it's all the way there,
I think also, the fact that you just aided in capturing Varrick probably will weigh very heavily in your favor.
I think, getting the twins, I think Sabi being there, and you know what? I think because of Bame's involvement in this fight against Varrick, I think she should also be able to testify.
Okay.
So you take the twins to court, and Sabi and Bame, and everybody talks about this whole incident with your mother and how basically everyone involved who spoke to your mother was like, what the fuck are you doing? And refused to help. And then the twins talk about how, you weren't there and didn't know what was happening because you were busy eating soup and having a semi-earthbending, semi-waterbending, firebending lesson.
Yeah.
In court, the two of them show their move and then you show the shared move and to prove that they were teaching you how to do it. And it works. I don't think that after all of this, I don't think Julie is going to kick you out of the city.
Okay, excellent.
So everybody's leaving the courthouse.
Yeah, I think Hanako turns to her little assemblage of people and is like, thank you so much for helping me out with this. I understand that, and she turns to Bame and Sabi, you two put yourselves a bit on the line coming in and testifying about that. I owe you quite a lot.
It seems like the government's turning a bit of a blind eye to anything that my organization is doing right about now because they have a little too much on their plate to care about small fry like us.
Yeah. They don't seem too bothered by the legitimate social club, the piercing pistols these days. This is the second time I'm saying this in as many days, but you don't owe me anything.
I appreciate it, Sabi. I turn to the twins. Once again, I am eternally grateful for all of the many ways in which you've helped me since we've met.
I mean, we can thank you for making our lives infinitely more interesting on our trip. We are in a couple weeks gonna go back to our hometown. You should visit us.
I would quite like that, I think. I'll tell you what, when it is in a couple of weeks, I will, in the meantime, be running a few errands, getting myself resettled in, now that I have to find a new home and everything. But when you leave, maybe I will take the trip with you for a few days.
Well, I mean, we'd love that.
It will be such a shame not to have you in the city anymore. We'll have to make sure to keep letters going, yes?
Of course. And, like, we'll be back next summer.
Delightful. I positively cannot wait.
I mean, we only ate at, like, half the restaurants here.
Oh, exactly. And I've only gotten, 2 or 3 in the interim since I've joined you? We need to get more on the list.
I still can't believe you ate that foggy swamp cuisine without even flinching.
It was delectable.
Sabi's been hanging back during this because she knows the twins find her, terrifying, but you could see her smiling at all of this exchange.
Yeah, the twins wave bye to you. You have plans to meet up before they get out of here. And yeah. So Chong, you've been healing for a week. You might not have been particularly hurt by the building, but it still hurt you a bunch. You got a broken bone. Your arm ain't doing too hot, I want to say. So yeah, you haven't been back to Air Temple Island since the incident because you've been healing. You've been spending time with a waterbender at a hospital. So you haven't gone back to see Soma or Tenzin or anything.
Do I have any visitors in the hospital?
I'm gonna say Soma has come to visit you in the hospital.
So yeah, maybe they're sitting in one of the chairs, maybe near the back, so a little bit of privacy. Chong has been talking with Soma for a little bit, and it's light stuff. They're easing into things. He's probably going about a little bit of hospital life, a little bit about real life, and he goes so I have this bandmate. He's super cool. Today it's a waterbender, so we were just playing pranks on everyone near us. We're just making little fountains. He's doing he's getting water up in the air, and I'm blowing these little streams, doing these little darts of water. It was fantastic. Everyone was what's happening? And then we just pointed out that it was us, and then they got on board. And then every bender in the room was just squirting water. We made little rainbows. We filled little bedpans with little bits of water. It was silly, but it was we kind of needed the laugh.
I'm really glad that you're still having fun in here. When I'm done talking with you, I gotta visit our other friend who did not fare as well as you. He's still recovering. I'm glad to hear that you're recovering.
Yeah, doctors say I should be out in a few days. I'm really sorry about what's-his-face. I know in our type of work we're gonna get hurt, but it always sucks when it happens.
I would berate you for calling him what's-his-face, but I'm not gonna lie. I never learned his name either. This is the first time working on a mission with him. I never bothered to ask him his name because shit got real so soon.
He got hurt, and you can't ask what his name is now.
I know, it's too late.
It's so awkward. The whole time we were there that morning, I just kept saying you. I was really hoping you would say his name. Anyway, when I get better, we should totally grab some tea at the Jasmine Dragon before our next missions and such from Big T. We really ought to do something fun. Maybe go do a picnic or something. We need a vacation.
I like that. I really like that. I know you play at the Jasmine Dragon a lot. I've never actually, I saw your concert on the island, but I've never really seen you play for money, I'd love to come see you busk sometime.
Please do. It's funny. When we're on the island, you kind of forget who you were before you became an airbender. When you're on the island, you're a bender. You're part of this community of people who all do the same thing. But when you're off the island, everyone sees you as a bender, and when you do something out of the uniform that's not bending, you're you again. And I have to tell you, Soma, I would love for you to see me as the me I am when I'm not, gestures to himself, just Chong the Bender,
I get what you mean. You know what? It's been a while since I picked up a hobby.
Maybe you could help me figure one out.
I'd love to. And I'd love to learn more about who you were before you became a bender. It's funny, in school, you kind of... This is going to sound a little embarrassing, but I felt you kind of looked up to me a little bit. Which reminds me a lot of my, younger siblings a bit, especially with, music and, walking nomadic around and whatnot. It'd be really nice to kind of find out who you were and who you are and who you're going to be. Outside of just bending.
That's a pretty big, who I'm going to be. Who knows? I mean, yeah. I haven't even told you about my family and where I came from. Listen, I did promise the other guy, what's his name, that I'd see him today. But listen, when you get out, you meet Jasmine Dragon, I'll tell you all about my family. And you can help me, I don't know, pick up crochet. Something that isn't airbending.
Oma, you got a deal. And he puts his hand out for a nice platonic handshake. And I think that's a great place to end the scene, the two of them just shaking hands.
Yeah. All right. So I think it's time for a Sabi scene.
Yeah.
So you have been requested to actually come to Future Industries and speak with Asami.
Okay.
So yeah, you enter her meeting room. She's sitting there and she has some papers in front of her.
You wanted to see me about something?
Yeah. Sabi, take a seat, please.
Sure. She sits down across from Asami.
I was very impressed with everything you did to take down Varrick Industries. I am not gonna lie, I've been wanting someone to do that for decades.
I mean, I'm just glad that you were willing to step in to take over when things fell apart, because he left a big hole in this city.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't found a job for every displaced worker. It's a pretty high bar to reach.
Look, I've seen this kind of thing happen before. It could have gone so much worse if he'd gotten his way.
I might not have found a job for every displaced worker that was under his purview, but I might have found a job for you.
Oh?
And she passes you some paperwork.
What does the paperwork say?
I'm looking for somebody to help root out the kind of corruption in Republic City industry that Varrick was filled with. I try to run my company as ethically as one can, but I have a lot of people working under me, and it is a very complicated world, and I think you can help me.
I was kind of joking about the job thing, but I'm not. You know the kind of stuff that I've done my whole life. I don't think that's a big secret anymore, but I don't want to keep doing that forever.
Listen, I was an enemy of the Earth Kingdom for a period of time. I don't care.
What you're talking about, you're basically asking me to do what I was theoretically doing for Varrick, but without the killing people and blowing stuff up and general... as I'm saying it doesn't really sound very similar to what Varrick wanted me to do.
Varrick was not asking you to root out corruption. Varrick was corruption.
Yeah, I know. You gotta promise me something, ma'am. Don't ask me to do the thing. I still haven't quite figured that out yet.
Asami just bursts out laughing. I've never figured out what that means either.
Have you been on his boat? It's just dead animals everywhere. And he has a weird thing he could look out of in the room that I was staying in.
I've only been on the boat once, and I am glad I was not on the boat more than once. I promise you, I am not that kind of rich person.
No, I don't think you are, and I don't think you would have stepped up to help the people of the city if you were. Yeah, sure, I'll give it a shot. We'll see how it goes.
I look forward to working with you. As you are filling out the contract, there's a knock at the door. Asami goes to answer it. It's the fucking Avatar on the other side.
Sabi's sitting there looking wide-eyed, what the fuck?
And Asami goes out, holds her hand out,
and it looks like the avatar has brought her a bag of snacks. And she's like, "Thank you, darling," and gives her a kiss.
Sabi just is sitting there with the pen just like suspended in midair, just kind of like looking completely dumbfounded.
And then Asami says, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't introduce you. This is my new employee, Sabi. Sabi, this is Avatar Korra."
You're the Avatar.
And she looks at you and says, "Yep, I'm the Avatar, but today I'm Asami's girlfriend."
It's nice to meet you, Avatar. Yeah. Sabi looks completely unsure of what to do or
the
say.
The two of them look at each other and just burst out laughing. End scene. Hanako, you have promised Sabi that you two are going to go learn to shoot.
Yeah.
And Sabi, you've come by Chong's apartment. Hanako, you are taking time to get ready, because you love to look fancy, even if you're just going to a random abandoned lot to shoot a gun.
Of course.
Chong, you're stepping out just to, grab some fresh air. Maybe you're on your way to... Actually, I'm assuming that you're going to be on your way to the air temple soon.
Yeah, I gotta report back to Tenson, or at least do like a little check-in on, hey, here's what's happening. Sorry 3 of your airbenders got hurt.
So you're stepping out, and you run into Sabi.
Yeah, Sabi's just like sitting on the steps or something like that of the apartment.
So he comes out, and I think Chong's in his airbender uniform, because he knows Tenson likes it when he wears that in meetings with him. And, Sopa is with him, because, Hanako's about to leave the apartment. He can't leave Sopa by herself. And I think Sabi, as Sopa sees you as Chong's stepping down the stairs, Sopa does a happy little... and, hops down from his shoulder, goes down the steps, and starts nuzzling your hand that's on the side.
Sabi kind of absently pets Sopa. She looks like she's sitting here thinking about something. She's kind of, looking a little distant.
Chong smiles and he goes further down the steps, and he sits near you, and he goes, "Hey, Sabi, any for your thoughts?"
I don't know, I'm just... it's just a lot happened in the last month. I'm just thinking about it, I guess.
Oh, you're telling me. It doesn't even feel like a month, does it? It feels like a century has gone by, and it's only been a month.
Yeah.
I never thought I'd be where I am now.
Yeah, it feels like I've known you and Hanako for so much longer than I actually have. I mean, Hanako and I have known each other for a little bit, but I didn't know who you were a month ago.
Yeah, it's funny. I didn't even think about the time. I'm not upset with how this came up. If anything, I'm actually pretty happy with where I am and that I ran into you guys and could help you with that. It's funny. I always thought being here, it was, my secrets with words and whatnot that would be like the big draw, would make me the most useful. Reality, terrible with words, and I've been really good with airbending.
Yeah, I mean, you're definitely good at airbending. I don't know how to feel about all this. I want to be happy about how everything went, but it feels like things turned out okay in the end, but getting there was such a mess, and I wish it hadn't been. I don't know. It's like we're here where we are, and I think things are going pretty well for us, but getting here was so much. But then if we hadn't been through all that, we wouldn't be the people we are now. We wouldn't be here now. And I don't know. I guess I don't know how to feel about that, Chong.
Yeah, that's a lot. I guess the way I view it as is that you can't really predict anything. And the only thing you can really ask from life and from yourself... Actually, no, you can't ask anything from life. You can ask from yourself, did I do what I felt was right? Not what you thought was right, but what you felt was right when you were doing it. If you did, you can't really regret it, because at the moment, that's what you did. That's what was right, at least to you then.
I think these last couple weeks, is probably the first time I've genuinely tried to do the right thing for somebody other than myself in so long. And I'm still getting used to how that feels. I don't think I thought it would make everything better, but I guess I thought that maybe it would absolve some of this guilt that's clawing around inside me, and I still feel it. But maybe that's not a bad thing.
I won't say it's a good thing, but I think it's a good sign. It shows that a bad person never feels guilt. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, we do bad things, but we're not bad people. That's why, to me, we're never the bad guy. That's why you and Hanako were never the bad guy to me. Even when I first overheard you guys talking about all that crazy stuff at the Jasmine Dragon a month ago, and decided to walk by. You don't strike me as bad people because I could feel you both kinda had an aura thing going on of conflict.
I don't know that anyone is really good or bad. I think that people are the sum of what they choose to do and why they choose to do it. And I know you didn't see what happened because you were trapped under a building, but there was a moment at the end with Varrick where I was pointing my gun at his head to get him to stop all of this. And he took the gun and put it in his mouth. And I think in that moment, he genuinely wanted me to kill him. And I think that there is another path where I would have happily granted his wish. And part of me still wanted to. But I didn't. And I wonder if that's the difference in the end. It doesn't matter what I wanted to do, it matters what I chose to do.
Man, nail on the head. That's what life is. It's not about what you think, it's what you do. And I think that's also another thing that helps figure out, who you want in your circle. I want people who are, always trying to be good or always trying to be bad. You want people who are always trying their best.
Yeah. When I first met you, I severely underestimated you. I thought you were just a joke. That everything was just funny to you, and you saw everything in the moment, and I was so wrong about that. I'm glad I got to know you.
There was a moment where I got this letter from my family, and it was after all the monsoon business. And there was a deep moment where I really thought about leaving Republic City. I had my bag out. I'm sure Hanako's seen it. I haven't put it away yet. I really should. As a nomad, we don't like running away. We like moving to follow our bliss. And after everything you and Hanako had said during that period, I had thought that maybe my bliss in this area was gone. It dissolved up. It was here, and it was time to move to find a place where I could refill my bliss. And I'm glad I stuck around and let you prove me wrong, that my bliss is still here, that I don't need to move on yet.
I'm someone who has a lot of experience running from things, and I'm glad I stuck this out, and I'm glad you did too. I don't know. Like I said, I still don't know how to feel about everything, but I feel like this is the best things could have been, given everything. I think I'm okay with that.
I think it's at about this time that Hanako comes out. Hanako's got, nice makeup on, a very deep red lipstick. Has, her Republic City vibe thus far has been, suits and stuff, but I think she is, at this point, wearing, a nice, kind of Earth Kingdom style dress. And, she says, Sabi, are you about ready to go?
Sabi immediately, perks up and sits up straight. And you could see some color on her face.
Chong is completely unfazed.
Hanako turns and gives Chong a nod and says, I hope you have a pleasant time at Air Temple Island. May the wind be ever at your ears and to your buttock.
It was nice talking to you, Chong. Good luck with Tenzin and all of them.
Chong is barely restraining back his giggles and just nods because if he says anything, he will spill laughing and he'll have to explain.
As Chong is departing, Sabi calls out after him, "Call him a monk. He loves that."
Chong smiles at you and gives you the finger.
Hanako and Sabi, you guys are going to go to a abandoned lodge.
Yeah.
With there's some cans lined up on a rock.
I know we've been here like 3 times by happenstance. Is it the same lot? Is it the one?
Yeah, it's the lot.
It's the lot.
It's the lot. You guys know it from different places, but it's the lot.
So Sabi is like setting up cans and bottles and stuff.
As you're setting things up, Hanako has one of the guns in her hand, and she's just like, kind of like with her thumb fingering the hammer, playing with it a little bit, and she says, "What do these mean to you?"
Sabi starts to say something, and then she goes quiet. She walks up and you're holding like one of the president's friends or whatever, Sabi's like normal guns now. She takes the gun out of your hands and like holsters it. And out of her, somewhere on her person, pocket, folds of her poncho, whatever, she pulls out a much smaller gun that looks like it's been used a lot. It looks like it's been kind of weathered. It's probably a few years old. And she holds it out to you. This is the first gun that I ever shot. I grew up thinking that I couldn't bend, and I grew up poor, and my parents died when I was a kid. And an orphanage in Ba Sing Se is not a nice place for anyone. These, to me, were a way out. They were something I knew how to use in the same way that someone who knows how to bend knows how to bend the elements. They gave me a way to be somebody, to have some power when I had nothing. And then eventually they just became part of who I am. It's not something you think about after a while. It's like snapping your fingers. She kind of points at the cans and bottles and snaps.
Hanako nods. I think that the sensor, when it was shot, it was shot in such a way where it, like, there's a hole in the bottom of it now, such that, like, you can't really... She can keep it on hand, but you can't really put incense in it anymore, right? She has it with her right now.
Yeah.
And I think she pats it and says, I can understand. For a very long time, this felt like... It felt like my entire status hinged on whether or not this was on my person. If I was ever caught without it, I was nothing. I was feebled.
Sabi's nodding as Hanako's talking. Sabi looks like she's trying to figure out how to say this. For a long time, I thought this was the only thing that I would ever be good at. That I would be a weapon to people that are smarter than me. The last month have shown me a different way to approach things. And I'm starting to realize that at this point, it's just another tool that I know how to use. So I'm giving this to you. She holds out the smaller gun, and I don't want it back or need it back because it's part of who I was and it's part of who I am now, but it's just a gun at the end of the day. It's just a hunk of metal that shoots bullets.
Sabi, Hanako takes the gun, turns it around in her hands a little bit. I appreciate the sentiment. I do. And if you wish to gift this to me, I'll take it happily. It's a wonderful gift. But I have to voice some amount of concern with where you're at right now. I trust that this is all for the best, but you're leaving the pistols. You're giving this up, an object which you've carried with you for such a long time to remind you of your past. I'm not saying that I think you're making any wrong decisions. Are you okay?
Sabi's smiling at you. That gun is a piece of shit that I got, and it was probably stolen, and it did mean a lot to me, and it did help me escape where I was. But my life has gotten a lot more complicated since then, and I've got things that I find that I care about now more than just staying alive, and I've got people that I care about now that are more than just people that I run with. It's part of who I am, but it's not. The object isn't the important thing. I'm never going to lose that part of me and everything I've done, good and bad. But I'm finding that I think, deal with that maybe better than I did in the past.
Hanako nods and says, well then, I promise you that I'll take very good care of it.
Yeah, hey, why do you want to learn to do this anyway? Just out of curiosity. I mean, you're a pretty talented firebender.
When Varrick tossed that gun at me, you're right. I am, at this point, a talented firebender, and I was only able to become a talented firebender by rejecting my mother's way of life in whole cloth. I can't bend like she does, and that's for the best. I can bend better now that I don't try. But Varrick wasn't wrong when he said that I was a woman of the world now. And I think she raises the gun to point it at the cans, and, kind of looks down the sight in, a clumsy way that you can tell is, it's just not good form, But, she's trying to make a point here. I don't want to rely purely on my firebending. I guess you put it the best way when you said it's a tool, but it's not the entirety of me. And even if I never fire this gun in combat, I know that the things that I'll learn from firing it now will make me better equipped for whatever comes my way in the future.
Yeah, I think that's as good a reason as any. If you want to shoot it, you're gonna have to load it first, though. That there's no bullets in the gun.
Yes, of course. Hanako lowers the gun kind of sheepishly.
Sabi takes the gun and a handful of bullets. These are smaller than the ones that you've seen her use before. These are 22 caliber bullets. They're very, very small, almost like air pellet size. And she shows you how to use the loading gate to slide the bullets into the revolver.
Okay, I have a unique training move from the Foundling playbook for learning techniques from other trainings. You can study with a master to learn techniques from any training and adapt them to your own. When you start learning a technique of a training you don't have with a willing teacher, roll taking +1 for each yes to the following questions. Is your unity greater than 0? Absolutely, I'm at +3.
Oh, yeah.
Have you studied this technique before? No, but I'm very willing to. Has someone used this technique against you in real battle? I mean, Varrick did, so I get a +2.
I think she should roll to push her luck to try to hit one of the things.
Do you want me to do that first before I roll?
Yes, before the training, because then I have a thought for how this scene plays out.
Okay, sure. I'll roll to push my luck. That is passion, so that's a 9.
I think you barely managed to hit one of the cans, but your form is terrible, and you find yourself, thrown off by the recoil and everything. You don't take any fucking fatigue. This is epilogues, baby.
Yeah.
Sabi sees you doing this and walks up to you. She puts her hand over yours on the gun. you're overthinking this whole thing. It's a lot like bending. You just kind of feel it. You don't have to pull the trigger so hard. You don't have to try so hard to hit things. Just take a deep breath and center yourself and relax. Bend your elbows. She's going through the motions of like basically guiding your hands. Hold the gun up. Look down the sights. Keep both your eyes open and focus on the front blade of the sight and line it up with your target. And then breathe out, hold your breath, and squeeze the trigger gently. I think this would be rolling for the move.
Absolutely. Okay. So that's a 8.
All right, so you squeeze the trigger and the shot dead on the one of the bottles and shatters it.
Hanako breathes in and says, "All right then."
I told you didn't need to overthink it so much. It's just an extension of yourself. It's no more, no less than that.
You're right. It took me a long, long time to be able to think of bending that way. But I think that if I was able to take anything away from this, it will be that.
I'm glad. This was nice. Sabi's like really red right now and looks like unsure of what to say exactly.
Hanako seems a little bit unsure herself and says, "I agree. I think she reaches up and like swipes a bit of hair behind her ear that has come undone from her hairdo, as her curly hair is always wont to do. And she says, "Sabi, I feel as if I've said this a number of times before, but I really do mean it every time. I've come to very much enjoy your company."
Yeah, me too. I've never really been close to a lot of people, and the people I've been close to have mostly been close in the way that someone who's doing crime with you is close to you. So it's nice to have somebody I actually care about.
I'm quite honored to have been the one that changed that for you.
Yeah, it means a lot to me. Sabi's kind of like crossing her arms and like looking extremely awkward.
There's a moment of awkward silence as Sabi crosses her arms, and Hanako takes a beat and leans in and gives Sabi a very quick peck on the cheek, and then goes very red herself, pulls back very quickly, and is like, "All right then, shall we get going?"
Sabi's like just sort of like looking off into the distance and looks deeply embarrassed, but also like is just kind of like nodding. She's trying very hard not to just break out grinning.
Then Hanako's gonna find some place somewhere in her dress to shove the pistol and then just walk off with her hands behind her back, just kind of looking off into the distance as if she's done nothing untoward.
All right, so Chong, you're arriving to Air Temple Island. Your arm is still in a sling, but you gotta chat with Tenzin a little bit.
Yes, and I think this is the first time Chong's felt this in a little while when going to this island. Chong feels pretty okay. He feels pretty calm. He feels ready to have a talk with Tenzin. And I think Zopa can sense this from Chong, and Zopa's just chilling on her little perch by his little pouch she has by his little neck really thing.
So, the two of you and Zopa, appear on the island. Tenzin is currently inside a gazebo meditating.
I think when I see him meditating, at first I'm going to wait outside, by the entrance, and see if he'll finish meditating within the next couple minutes.
And he does. He's gonna finish. He notices you and he says, "Oh, Chong, how long were you waiting for?"
Just a couple of minutes. How you been, man?
The Air Nation has been boisterous lately. I was meaning to come visit you in the hospital while you were recovering, but we've been so busy that it just slipped my mind. I've been meaning to thank you for all the help you've given us lately.
Oh, thank you. And yeah, no problem. Soma mentioned it. She, came and visited me a few times. She mentioned that, things have been, as usual, really bustling here. I wanted thank you for thanking me. I appreciate it. I, also wanted to, come and thank you for the opportunity still and whatnot. Been really, loving the part-time thing. Big win here on that. I also wanted just to, kind of have a bit of a check-in, if that makes sense.
Check-in regarding what?
Gonna sound a bit weird, but kind of us in general. I know things were, kind of tense with how we left them when I, left the island a while back. And I know when I accepted this, you said there would have to be a little bit of a trust earning on my end. And, I wanted to check in and kind of see how I was going with that with you.
I must admit, you and I didn't get along like you may have expected in the beginning. We're very different people. I hate to admit it, but you and your free spirit is one of the most genuine airbender traits one can come across. And I'm not going to lie, I've never truly embraced that spirit. As much as I loathe to admit it, I'm more like my mother than I am my father. When I see someone as young and promising as you just completely decide to shirk any desire to embrace learning about our culture, helping others, being part of our community, it makes me more angry than it should. I wish I could have a spirit like yours with my own discipline. I wish you could have the discipline I have, but you're not me. I really do appreciate the help you've given us over the last couple weeks. You bring a level of chaos to the Air Temple that I was never expecting to come across, just from a new recruit. But the chaos you've brought has helped more people than we probably would have been able to reach if you weren't here. And I was meaning to ask. I know you are only doing this part-time, but we do have quite a few small communities in the Earth Kingdom that are asking for our help on a near daily basis. Would you be interested in doing one of our Earth Kingdom outreach missions?
I think Chong thinks for a beat, because this is a lot. I think this entire time he's been thinking that Henston held a much deeper resentment toward him because of how they had left things. So I think to hear this and to hear kind of a more thoughtful take on everything is really surprising for Chong. So I think he step back on that. He goes, wow, I immediately want to say yes, but I have two questions, if that's okay.
Go on.
I guess my first question is, there's like no strings attached with this, right? I'll still be able to be a nomadic person and move around as I please, right? Like, don't get me wrong, I'd go and do the mission and come back and whatnot, but there wouldn't be further expectations from that. Like, anything after this, you and I would discuss, like, mission-wise.
You will not be expected to live on the temple. You won't be expected to live like the acolytes. I know you have your life here. I just think you would be an excellent addition to some of our more mobile missions.
I think I would too. It's not that I have my life here. I do have a life here. It's just, as a nomad, my life isn't just in one place. It's everywhere. And that was one of the big things about becoming an acolyte that was difficult. Or at least the concept was difficult, was that I wouldn't be able to travel. It's a commitment, and I hate to take that commitment on and then not fulfill it when following my bliss. But yes, that sounds very good, thank you. And I guess the second one, this one might be the harder one for you, I should say. Will I be allowed to use my move Grapevine?
While I do admit it is a unconventional move, I feel like it's not my place to forbid someone to use an airbending move they developed. You seem to have put it to good use in uncovering corruption throughout Republic City this past month. I can trust that you'll use it ethically.
Chong does a little bow, says, "Thank you. I accept this mission."
We'll be in touch.
I think Zopa does a happy little mew.
As Zopa sticks her head up, a lemur from one of the trees above the pavilion swoops down and scares Zopa, and she jumps out of your thing, and Tenzin looks down and he shakes his head and he says, I'm going to have to get used to your cat, aren't I?
I can't leave her alone. And she's great. She's a great addition. She's like a lemur, but with legs.
I've dealt with worse animals. This will be fine. This will be fine. He walks off with his hands like on his temples.
Are we doing Hanako and
Yeah,
Chong
it's
now?
time for a shopping montage.
I feel like
Rumi's shopping moment. Two of you are gonna go to Hanako's tailor, the one person connected to her old life who hasn't abandoned her because they're just a tailor who works in Republic City.
We have a business relationship.
You give them a lot of money. They're not going to stop working with you.
What's this tailor's nationality, do we think? Definitely not Fire Nation at this point.
Well, actually, what if they are Fire Nation in that their family was from the Fire Nation, but they're a Fire Nation immigrant to Republic City? So they are familiar with the Fire Nation styles that you had them make so much over the years.
Yeah, okay.
But they are not loyal to the Fire Nation. They are a Republic City, a United Republic citizen.
Yeah. I like the idea that I think maybe they were born here. Have we had a non-binary character in this podcast yet?
No.
Is it time?
I think it's time. This tailor's name is Shiraku.
Alright, yeah. So, Chong, I think Hanako has invited you to come clothes shopping with her. I mean, was this just like a fuck yeah, I'm gonna go clothes... Like, how's Chong feeling about this?
Chong saw your stuff in the apartment and actually, I think, offered to take you shopping to get some things. And then I think you're like, what I need is clothes. And I think also Chong probably mentioned something like silly, like referred to Zopa as like a business cat or something. And you're like, I have ideas.
We were going through what Hanako already had to figure out what she needed still. And yeah, what happened was we pulled out the suit.
Zopa was probably fell underneath the hat, and Zopa like popped up with like the hat from the suit on. And then you both saw business cat.
Yup, that's what it is. Chong said business cat after Zopa landed in the hat, and it was all downhill from there. Shiruku, I have a job for you, I say, walking into the door.
Their ears perk up. They're like, Hanako, I haven't seen you back in like 2 weeks. This is an all-time record.
I have had quite the time, let me tell you. I will catch you up on all of it, believe me. But I have something very pressing. Even more pressing than clothing me, which is quite impressive, as I'm sure you know.
Lay it on me.
I think Chong, does some sort of seemingly rehearsed move where he presents Zopa to the tailor.
Yes, I think he has like this little airbender's trick where he's in casual clothes now, by the way, where he looks like he's reaching into his pocket. Really, there's like a secret little pouch. So his pants are just secret little Zopa hiding spots. He puts his hand in one pocket, takes it out. He's like, "What?" He takes his and pretends to go, "What?" He puts his hand in the other pocket, takes it out, goes, "What?" And puts both hands out. It's like, what is it? What's going on? Then he pretends to sneeze. And then Zopa's in pants. Zopa sits there proudly and goes, "Meow!"
Shiruku, I need you to make a suit for this Capet.
Shiraku has stars in their eyes. I have been waiting for this day my whole life. They gingerly take the Cabot. Zopa looks at them and sort of, stares with big kitty eyes and goes, meow.
And Chong goes to Zopa and gives her a little pat. Like, This is good, Zopa. We're gonna get you a nice little outfit. This nice person here is gonna take very good care of you. Me and your Aunt Hanako are gonna be right here the whole time.
Shiriku places Zopa on a table gingerly, takes out a tape measure and starts taking kitty measurements, runs to the back, whips out some cloth, shows it to all you guys. There's a whole montage of you all choosing cloth, patterns, etc. And then by the end of the day, Zopa has a little suit complete with a little tie.
Wonderful.
Zopa is the proudest cat you have ever seen in this suit. The way she walks after putting this on, you can tell her paws like raise a little higher. It's like she walks around like she's gliding. When she pauses to sit, you could even think, if you're looking at her at just the right light, she's posing.
Okay, now Shiriku, I do actually need you to clothe me as well.
I knew this was coming.
Chong raises his hand. And if it's cool, could you I could use a new pair of pants. You got something lying around? And extra small? I'm like a tiny guy.
Little airbender dude, I will make you a custom pair of pants.
Say, why don't you bring your airbender uniform here sometime? We should really get that refitted for you.
Oh my gosh, that's such a good idea. I hadn't even thought of it. Yeah. Dude, can you handle airbender clothes?
Of course. What do you take me for?
A very good tailor.
Hanako fills Shiriku in on literally all of the details of her family drama. Even the bits that you would think Hanako maybe would be hesitant to talk about. So, because of all of that, I have none of my Fire Nation styled clothes anymore, and I desperately need something that is not that.
Well, if you want to stay far away from the Fire Nation, we can do maybe something a little more neutral, United Republic styles. We could do something Earth Kingdom. We could go way out of line and do something Water Tribe. What are you thinking?
I was thinking that if we could pull in some inspirations from the Water Tribe, that might be nice, considering it was the bending style which helped me become my new self. That is, my father was from the Southern Water Tribe. I don't know if I've ever actually mentioned that to you, have I?
I was going to say, and they bend over and sort of twist a lock of your hair around their finger. It never really looked like you were a Fire Nation to begin with.
Well, I suppose that's certainly true now.
I'll get started. I've got your measurements. Come back in a few days.
Understood. Much appreciated. Thank you, Shiriku, my friend, as always, for your impeccable service. Always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure to serve you.
And thanks, man. I'll come by with that airbending suit soon. It needs a little love. Let's put it as that.
Charge it to my bill, as always.
Of course.
As we start heading out the door, Hanako goes, mwah, and blows a kiss.
I think as we're walking, Chong, and Zopa's walking beside you, in front of you guys, strutting in her little new suit. Chong, very excited for his new pair of pants and whatnot. I think something Chris would be like, hey, Sabi, I didn't know your dad was Water Tribe.
You say that, and Hanako, sort of jumps and goes, Sabi? What about Sabi?
Chong, giggles oh, sorry, man, slip of the tongue. I meant your name. You know me, I mix up names sometimes.
Ah, yes, of course. Why would you bring up Sabi? And Hanako, brushes the lock of hair behind her ear again.
I don't know, man. Sabi's pretty great, but I actually just had a question for you for right now, if that's okay.
Yes, of course. What is it?
So, your dad's Water Tribe?
Ah, yes. It's not something my mother liked to talk about much. I must confess that I don't have any memories of him, but I don't know. As I said, she'd never liked to talk about it much, but that's as I understand where my hair comes from.
You ever think about, meeting him or, finding him? Now that you don't have your mom in your life anymore, it might be nice to have blood relatives in your life.
Hanako shrugs and says, I'm very much aware of why my father left. I mean, he very clearly wasn't welcome amongst the rest of my family, right? Truthfully, I wouldn't know the first place to start looking. I wish that I did, but even if I wanted to, what? Do I just go to the Southern Water Tribe and say I'm looking for my father? I wouldn't even know the first place to start.
You don't even know his name?
As I've said, my mother did not like to talk about it much. He was quite the point of shame in her life. So was my hair, for that matter.
Oh man, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to tug at old scars. It's just I can't imagine life without my family, and rehearing everything that went down with yours, it's rough, man. I'm sorry it happened.
I appreciate the sentiment, I do, and believe me, if I'm ever able to pick up a lead or two, I'll happily pursue them if nothing else is going on, but with regards to the rest of my family, I'm very happy that it happened. I'm starting to recognize that there was a time where once I thought that I understood better your feelings about the Air Temple. When I saw your interactions with Tenzin, it reminded me of some of the arguments that I used to get into, but I know that your relationship with your family is very different from mine. Yours has been a source of comfort. It sounds as if they let you explore yourself and become the person you want to be, and that was your source of conflict at the Air Temple. My family has never done that for me. I was not allowed to be myself around them, and I would never want to go back. Would I like to find my father? Yes, maybe, but I don't know him. I don't know what he's like. I can make my assumptions based on what little I know of the history, but at the moment, I'm happy with where I am, and with the people that I have with me. And that means you, and that means Sabi. And Hanako smiles and, looks away.
That makes sense, and yeah, you seem really happy. You seem especially happy today. I don't know, something about that tailor, man, really puts a spring in your step.
They are a delight. Even before everything happened, they were the one place that I felt like I could be honest about my feelings about everything.
You should totally take Sabi there one day, do a little friend date like you did with me, and look into getting her a nice little new outfit too. I bet she'd love a new pair of pants or jacket or whatnot.
It wouldn't be the first time that Shiruku has worked with Sabi.
No.
You were there. Oh no, you weren't there! Shiruku showed up at my house to give Sabi a nice suit for our meeting with Ashi. I found it a pleasant time, though I think Sabi found being poked and prodded quite uncomfortable.
I'll have to talk to her about it and ask her to show me the suit. I don't think I've seen it.
I'm not sure that we still have the suit, honestly.
We'll look into it. Hey, you wanna grab some tea or better yet, some double fried onion buns before we head back? I could use a bite.
That sounds like a delight. I haven't had the opportunity to try those buns. Are those the ones you were eating when you were hungover?
Less hungover, more strung out from drugs. But yes, that was what I was eating, and trust me, sober or not, they are delicious. Best buns in the city. And I think he puts an arm around you and leads you into the direction of the buns and goes, let me tell you a story how I found these buns.
Flash forward to 3 days from now. Shiruku is extraordinarily fast at creating clothing. So, Hanako, what does it look like?
I'm thinking it's pretty Water Tribe in design. It's got the fur around the neck. It's got sort of an undershirt type of deal underneath it that has a solid red color. And then white fur around the upper shoulders coming into the neck. And then the overshirt is kind of like Sokka's shirt, but with sleeves, It's got the white stripe down the middle and some shoulder length sleeves and stuff. The undershirt comes down with longer, more skin-tight sleeves. So it's like red undershirt, very skin-tight, blue overshirt kind of deal. I think it's pants. I think she's doing pants now. Hanako has always worn very femme clothes, and I think that the way that the fur is styled here has like a femme presentation, almost like a... I don't know, I'm hesitant to describe it as like a feather boa, right? But like, it has kind of an adjacent vibe. I think she has come around to not wearing quite so many dresses and like flowy garments. I think she's wearing more sensible pants now because like she's not trying to present in court anymore, and it makes more sense to wear more sensible clothing when you're out and about more.
So, Sabi, you're going to go to Bame's place, to the Pistols hideout, and for the first time in probably ever, it is full of people.
Okay.
You've never seen this place full of so many people.
Do I recognize these people?
You do not recognize these people. Bame usually only uses the first floor of her building. But it's like a townhouse.
Right.
It's got
a couple floors.
It's like a 3-story townhouse. There's lots of rooms.
Okay.
One of the rooms upstairs is her bedroom, but like she's never really, aside from, having people crash there, she's never really used it for any business. The business place is just the first floor area.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like there's like a family that you've never met before moving a bunch of shit into one of the rooms upstairs. There's just like a bunch of people around here.
Okay. Where's Bame? She's down in her usual spot?
Usual spot, smoking a cigarette.
All right, so Sabi's just gonna walk up to Bame, kind of like looking around at the people. Who are all these people here?
Well, you did convince me to volunteer my home as a safe house.
Yeah.
Did you not?
I did, but that was a week ago. I kind of figured that once things started to blow over, you'd maybe not keep doing that, but...
The people who've lost their jobs and can't make rent haven't made rent yet.
Well, holy shit, I guess I bet the long shot that you had a heart somewhere in there, and I think I was right about that.
You can smell something cooking.
What is that smell?
And Bame points to a kitchen that is seldom used, but there's a kitchen in this place, apparently. And you peek around the corner, and Midori's in there teaching Kiratori and Fawn how to batch cook.
Huh. I never thought I would see this. So you two are still getting along, I take it?
Midori peeks out from the kitchen and says, I've been trying to get this one to help people for literally 20 years. Thank you.
You're welcome. I don't know what to say. I wasn't expecting this when I came by.
I take it you're here for your guns?
No, actually, I managed to get replacements to those. Sabi taps the president's friends that she's wearing on her hips. Since Varrick never actually paid me, I figure it's back pay and interest. So keep the ones I gave you.
Good. I was hoping you'd say that, because in case you weren't aware, my main supplier is in prison.
Yeah, well, I'm sure someone will come in and pick up the pieces that he let fall down.
I'm 100% sure. The dealer that Varrick went through was not exactly loyal to Varrick. I'm sure he'll find me a new hookup soon enough.
Yeah. It feels kind of like what happened in the Earth Kingdom, but, like, better, if that makes sense. Like, when the Earth Queen died, she wasn't a good person, but the way that everything happened, it hurt a lot of people. So I'm glad it didn't turn out like that here.
So am I.
You really care about these people, don't you?
They're my people. What can I say?
I had a very interesting conversation with an airbender about the nature of good and bad and what makes a good person, and I don't know. I'm just glad to see that things are working out.
Which is pretty unusual for people like us.
Yeah. Speaking of that, I don't really have a clean way to bring this up, but I got an offer to work for Future Industries as, I don't know, their head of security, I think. I'm going to take the job, and I don't think I'm going to be back to the Pistols, at least not as a member anymore.
You'd be an idiot not to take that job.
Yeah.
If you told me you got a job working for the richest woman in Republic City and turned it down, I would have shot you on the spot.
See, this is one of the reasons I like you so much. You've got this pragmatism about this whole thing that makes everything so much easier sometimes. I don't know what it's going to be like. I've never actually done a actual job that isn't criminal in nature before.
There's a first for everything.
Ugh, yeah.
I can't give you any advice there.
Well, what advice can you give me?
I always knew you weren't going to stick around here. There are people that are just happy following others' instructions and letting the winds blow them where they go. And then there's people that want a little more. And you want a little more.
Yeah, I'm going to see where this goes. The people I've been working with have started to mean a lot to me, and I think I want to follow them around a little bit longer.
I do have to say, I am a little disappointed that I won't be getting your associate's money anymore, seeing as she probably doesn't have it anymore.
Yeah, she's lost a lot of it. I don't know. Sabi is sort of looking around the building. I don't know. Maybe you can turn all this into something. It feels like things are going to change a lot in the city, and if you're good at anything, it's finding opportunities.
Oh, you got that right. Hell, 10 years ago, firearms weren't even a question. They were an idea. And now, she takes out one of the president's friends, flips it around her finger. We practically rule this city with them.
Yeah, well, that's one thing you're not going to be able to shove back in its box once it comes out.
You can't bring a bullet back that you've already shot.
That's true enough. Part of me is going to miss this and the Pistols.
You're always welcome back to do another job if you're down on your luck. Or to crash on my couch. Though, with the money you're going to be making, you can actually afford rent now, and you won't have to crash on the couch.
Yeah, the idea of having an apartment is a little bit strange to me. I don't know what's going to happen, but I wanted to say thank you. You didn't have to help me, but you did, and I owe you one for that, I think.
I'll take you up on that offer one day.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say that. But I'm serious. If there's something else I can do to help you, let me know, because I think things are going to be busy for a while around here.
If you can get the airbenders to bring by some more food, well, it would get her off my back. She points to Midori, and Midori sticks her head out of the kitchen and is like, maybe another 20-pound bag of rice would be nice.
I'm sure the airbenders can spare some rice. Sabi walks back toward the kitchen and kind of like knocks on the door frame and looks at Midori. Hey, are we good, you and me? Cause
why wouldn't we be good?
Because I'm a bender and I didn't tell you about it.
Oh. To tell the truth, the original Equalists, the ones that took over Republic City, it was a mismanaged cult. I hate to say that about something I believed so deeply in, but I just wanted to help people. I've always just wanted to help people. From overhearing your conversations with Bame, it seems like you did not come from money. You didn't come from an elite bending family. You just happened to be born with an ability that is gonna give you a leg up, and goddamn, you're lucky for that.
Yeah, I didn't know I could bend until about a month ago, and I know what it feels like to be in your position.
I mean, not gonna lie, that makes you more of a non-bender than, honestly, someone like Varrick.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be doing much of anything for a while. But thank you, too. I don't think this would have worked without your help, like, at all.
I'm not gonna lie, I've always wanted to run a citywide strike. This is some of the most fun I've had in 5 years.
Yeah, that was I was kind of expecting like maybe the drivers to not work for a day. I couldn't have predicted what happened, but it worked. So thanks.
Anytime.
She walks back out towards Bame. Hey, I'm gonna go catch up with my friends now. Seriously, if you need something, just I'll be sticking around in the city for a little while, I think.
I know where to find you.
Yeah. Maybe I'll have an address to give you one day. Sabi says that as she's walking out the door.
And Bame calls out, if you ever want to steal it from a firebender. It's easier.
All right, I'm going to the Jasmine Dragon. Let's pretend that we arranged this.
All right.
I think Hanako and Chong should be there already.
Enjoying your fried onion buns.
Zopa, by the way, is on the table. She has her own cup. She's in her suit.
So Hanako and Chong are sitting at the table, like opposite sides of the table, I assume.
Middle seat's available for you.
Sabi's gonna come up and like sit down next to Hanako and kind of like gently bump into her and not say anything.
Yeah.
And then like signal to the person who's like serving the tea.
Hanako simply smiles and has no further reaction.
Chong is just chowing away at buns. He does not notice this. And Zopa, like, I think looks at you, Sabi, and like goes over and gives you a little nuzzle and then waddles back to her tea.
Hey, why is the cat wearing a suit now?
I think we both exchange a look and then say at the same time,
Business cat.
Of course, that explains everything to me.
It's the only explanation you need, really.
Sabi is just like drinking the tea and closing her eyes.
But like pauses drinking her tea, looks you dead in the eyes, Sabi, and goes,
Business cat. And she takes another drink for the tea.
So, you talked to Bame?
I did, and she's fine with me leaving. I think she's always had a pretty practical view of these things.
I didn't imagine she would. I've been thinking.
Mm-hmm.
I got some shares in a project at Future Industries after everything went down. I might transfer them into Bame's name.
I think she'd appreciate that. She's got a lot of people living in that house now. It's a lot bigger than I remember. It has a kitchen. I didn't think it had a kitchen. I think she's just housing people who were displaced by everything that happened with Varrick.
Hanako nods, sort of staring into her tea.
God, he probably had workers' camps, didn't he?
I wouldn't doubt it. She takes a sip and says, I'll definitely be doing it then, but that'll leave me with very little after my mother took everything else.
Ugh.
I have to be honest, I'm coming to terms with it. Don't get me wrong, it's not ideal or anything, but God, I don't know how to say this without coming off as like what I'm coming to understand is the worst kind of rich person. But I think it will be good for me to live like everybody else for a while.
I mean, I've been on the pretty bad end of that for a while, and it's not that bad. I guess things will be a little more stable now that I'm actually getting paid. I think these guns I took from Varrick are worth a lot more than he probably would have paid me, so I'll call it even on that one.
At least we have that.
Yeah, plus he's in fucking prison, which is great.
I am certainly not complaining about that. I'm astonished that they managed to make this one stick, frankly.
Yeah, well, I mean, he did so much wrong this time, and I think that if he hadn't pissed off his wife, he'd probably be slipping out of it just like he always does. I guess I should say ex-wife now.
I think the papers went through just yesterday, if my contacts were right.
Oh, that's fast. That's the advantage of being the president. You can do stuff like that. I'm just glad to be out of that. Working for him was exhausting.
I can only imagine what you put up with.
He kept comparing me to Julie, and that felt...
Oh, that's uncomfortable.
Yeah, I don't understand how that man thinks. It's like he thinks he's complimenting you and he says the most unhinged stuff ever. I can't believe he tried to get you to come work for him in the middle of us kicking his ass.
He is nothing if not a consummate businessman.
You know, I'm glad I didn't kill him because now we get to watch him just wither away, and that's more satisfying in the end.
It really is. And frankly, I think that this is better. This sends more of a message to people who would be like Varrick in the future. If he was just killed, it would have left a power vacuum, and somebody would have sucked it up, and yes, maybe it would be Future Industries, but it would have just implied succession. The next person in line would come in, take his place, and everything would be the same. I think that him going to jail and rotting there will make people think twice far more than a simple assassination ever could.
I think he knew that in the end, because, like, he really genuinely wanted to die at the end there. He wanted me to shoot him, and I think he finally realized that he just didn't have anywhere left to bolt to. And he couldn't stand the thought of having to watch as everything that he once had just died.
It was only in that one moment where he knew the totality of just how little he could do. And I think that scared him more than he has ever been scared in his entire life.
Yeah, certainly one of the most unique people I have ever encountered in my life.
Chong, how are you feeling about it all?
Yeah, you've been quiet.
Chong has been quiet because he's just been stuffing his mouth with buns and has not been paying attention to the conversation. Chong looks up and he goes, I'm sorry, what were we talking about?
Don't worry about it. Keep enjoying the food. It looks delicious.
Oh my god, you were like, Chong pushes you over and pull the plate. How can you keep talking? I can tell by your faces, whatever it was kind of pensive and maybe sad. Let's be happy! We're okay!
I'm doing okay. I'm just reflecting on the follies of my previous employer. Chong, I am doing quite well right now, actually.
For once, I'm very with Chong. Shut up and have a bun.
Oh, yeah, this is good. Sabi takes a bite of it. This is actually pretty good. You know, I think you're on to something when you're stoned out of your mind, Chong.
That reminds me, I've never had any cactus juice.
Chong's eyes light up, knows what he's doing for your next slumber party night.
I'm glad that you two stuck with me through all of this, because there's no way I would have been able to pull myself out of this alone. You guys mean a lot to me. Sabi kind of like glances sideways at Hanako and starts turning red.
Chong gives you like a platonic pat on the shoulder, like, "You got you, buddy."
Sabi kind of like reaches over and like gives a little punch in the shoulder lightly.
I mean, I can't imagine a world where I didn't stick with you, Sabi. We had already cemented a very close working relationship at the start of all this. But, Chong, quite frankly, you literally just wandered into our lives at the start of all this, and then, for reasons that I can't divine, refused to leave. And I mean that quite lovingly. I'm very appreciative of everything you've done for us. I could never have left my mother, or I never could have generated the courage that I needed for all of this without an example in my life like you.
I think Chong looks at you like, "Thanks, man. Wow, I never thought of myself. You guys, being around you guys, it makes me want to be braver. And I can't say that about a lot of people. The idea that I can return the favor in one way or another really means a lot to me. Thank you. I'm glad I have you guys too."
I think you're quite brave. I mean, let me tell you, I wouldn't want to stand up to Sabi right after she killed someone.
Sabi looks a little uncomfortable at that, but smiles shortly after.
Chong nods sagely and takes another big bite.
You have other people in your life to fill the holes in your own, I think. I'm going to keep traveling with you two for a while.
I agree. I mean, Sabi, I'm with you through thick and thin at this point, but Chong, wherever you go, I would quite like to be involved in the future if you need our help. I mean, all of this is done, but I don't think we need to stop helping each other.
And there's still a lot to do. I mean, Varrick's in prison and his empire's in pieces, but somebody's going to pick up those pieces, and there's still a lot of work to be done. And I'm sure that there's a place for us in that if we want it.
Not to mention, Varrick has holdings not just in this city, but elsewhere in the Earth Kingdom. And I don't know all of the details, but certainly those people are not going to be doing well after all of this.
Yeah, he touched a little bit of everything, and it doesn't feel right to just leave it all broken, you know?
Yeah, I agree. You guys ain't shaking me off that easily. Plus, I still live with Hanako.
It's true. I can't exactly. Sabi, I'm sorry. I can't separate myself from Chong at this point. He literally lives with me. We're going to have to stick around with him just a little longer until I can find my own place. You'll have to deal with him. I'm so sorry.
I think I can live with that. Chong has really managed to grow on me in spite of everything.
I can say the same to you. No, but yeah, I want to keep doing stuff with you guys, and yeah, whatever challenges face, let's stay in touch and let's keep doing things. And even if we're not doing things to like save the world or whatnot, let's still do friend stuff, you know, like go out for dinner and things.
Yeah, that is a thing we can do when we're not fighting for our lives against an insane billionaire.
On the subject, the twins have been showing me some fascinating restaurants around town. Have either of you ever had Foggy Swamp cuisine?
Never.
I have not, but I need it in my life now.
Deceptively delicious, let me tell you.
Well, I think we should do that, and then, who knows? We'll see what happens. Sabi takes her tea and raises it up in front of her and looks at the two of you. To tomorrow.
To tomorrow.
Thank you for listening to Moment of Balance. This episode featured Janiyah Riley as Sabi, Chrissy Sylvia as Chong, Dami Carmia as Hanako Seki, and Anna Marcus as our GM and producer. The music for this episode was written by Anna Marcus and Chrissy Sylvia. This episode was edited by Dami Carmia and Anna Marcus. If you liked what you heard, you could support us on Patreon at patreon.com/badrep. Huge thanks to our patrons: Janiyah Riley, Saturn Nieves, Warren Kelly, Veer, Rowan Park, Melanie Archer, KK, and Marty Balmer. Moment of Balance is produced by Bad Rep Productions and is part of the Bard Rock Network. Check out Bad Rep's other shows at badrep.productions and Bard Rock's other shows at bardrockcafe.com. Bard Rock Network is sponsored by Dragon Master Games at dragonmastergames.com. And remember, be looking fine whenever possible. It is always possible.